If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome. I make videos on education, lifestyle, and personal finance. I usually make a lot of videos for international students, so basically those on F1 visa status or H1B visa status. So today I'm going to be talking about 6 relevant facts that you should know after you gain admission into Berea College as an international student. So yes, just disclaimer, if you see me looking down, I am looking at my PC and I'm trying to make sure that all the tips that I wrote down for you guys, I get all of them and I don't forget anyone. So this is basically for those who have actually gained admission into Berea College or those who are planning to gain admission into Berea College. And for those who didn't know, Berea College is a free tuition college in Kentucky, USA. And if you want more information about that, look at the video I have here. And yeah, so let's get right into the video. So the first thing you should know is that Berea College is in the middle of nowhere. Berea College is in Berea, the city in Kentucky, US, and it's located in the southern part of the country. So if you've lived in big cities in most countries in Asia or maybe Africa, you might find it hard getting used to Berea because there's nothing there. The college is basically the life of the city. It's located in the country, so there's no access to public transportation. Or no, let me rephrase that. There's no easy access to public transportation. If you want to leave the city, like if you want to leave Berea to maybe the next city like Richmond or Lexington or something, you have to ask a student who has a car to drive you to the city that you want to go to, and they usually pay that student for their time and for their gas money. But also there is something called Foothills Company, and Foothills is a bus service, and it has like stop and pick up locations in Berea, but you have to call about 2 days in advance to book your ride. So we know this is very different from if you've lived in some big cities in Africa where you can just get out of your house, jump into a taxi, and go to wherever you want to go to. So Berea is not like that. It's a very small college and is in the middle of nowhere. So the next thing is Berea College is a very small school. So you might be used to seeing, large colleges in the US. You see colleges with like 200,000 students, 500,000 students. Berea is not like that. No, Berea actually has about 1,600 students. So that's 1,600 students. Everybody in Berea College knows everybody. When I say everybody knows everybody, like people know your business. Everyone knows everyone. Your best friend is someone else's best friend. The classes are also very small. The classes are only about, in the classes they're only about like 15 students per class, and I think maybe a maximum of 20 to 25 students in a class. So yeah, that's the third thing is that Berea is not big on social life. So when you get admission into Berea College as an international student, that's a huge thing. But the college is not known, for their social endeavors. They don't have a fraternity, they don't have a sorority. Also, the college does not allow alcohol on campus. And in a lot of countries, I've seen like some countries that their drinking age is even as low as 13 years, but in the US it's 21 years. But even when you're 21, you're still not allowed to drink alcohol on Berea College campus. And if you're caught drinking alcohol, that could lead to probation or maybe even suspension depending on the gravity of the offense. So the fourth thing you should know as an international student in Berea College is that all the international students live on campus. So if you're not one, if you don't like living on campus or something, you're going to find this very hard because as an international student, you're required to live on campus. It doesn't matter your age. You can be 20 and you can be 30. You still have to live on campus. Actually, as a matter of fact, I had a very good friend who, when we got into college, all of us, when we got into college, we were like 17, 18, but he was like, I think 28 or 29, and he still had to live on campus, and he hated it so much because he was always telling me how he had to stay with kids. I mean, he was like 28, 29, so staying with people that were 17 or 18 didn't really make sense for him. If you're above 23, you're required, you can apply for off-campus housing. But the thing is, international students, you cannot do this. You cannot apply for this because the budget for international students is different for the one for domestic students. So that's one thing you should know and keep in mind as you're coming to Berea. You're going to be paired, especially your freshman year, you're going to be paired with a domestic student, with an American who is going to be your roommate, and you're going to live on college campus. The next thing to know is that time management is key. First of all, Berea College requires students to work a minimum a minimum of 10 hours a week. So that means you're working at least 2 hours every day. And then failure to meet this requirement usually results in labor probation, and that's like without any tangible reason. There was a time I couldn't really meet the requirements, but that was because I was very sick and I had spent about 7 weeks in the hospital when I was in college then. But if you don't have any tangible reason and you're just, you know, missing work for the fun of it, then you could go into labor probation and it could lead to suspension. As an international student, you are also required by law to be enrolled in not less than 4 credits to be a full-time student, and I have a video here where I talk about that. So Berea also has labor meetings every Tuesday, and then they also have something that is called convocations every Thursday. So convocations are basically like events where students they attend, and then a guest speaker speaks on a particular topic and kind of like educates the students, and then we have 15 minutes of questions. So convocations, they are actually very interesting, but you know, they can be controversial. So students are required to attend a minimum of 7 convocations in a semester. So when you combine all of these things, you know, you have to go to work, you have to go to classes. Remember, again, you cannot be skipping classes. You have to go to convocations, you have to go for labor meetings on Tuesday. All of these things, you could be a double major, you could be a major and a minor, you know. That's when you realize that this is a lot. So you have to manage your time properly. As an international student, if you don't attend convocations, it could also lead to probation, and you know that probations could lead to suspension, which as an international student, we don't want that, because that could result in you losing your F1 status, going back to your country, your life falling apart, and you know what I mean. So then the next thing is that freshmen usually work in facilities. So as a freshman, your job is most probably going to be in facilities, and that's going to be usually as a cleaner. So you are going to be given a job where every day you go for 2 hours, you clean maybe the toilet and bathroom of other students that other students use, or you clean just depending, right? Because Berea College has dorms, you know, like a normal campus, it has dorms, so all those dorms have to be cleaned. So it's usually freshmen that are given those jobs to clean. You can be cleaning the common room, you can be cleaning the corridor, you can be cleaning the toilet and bathroom, like I said. So a lot of people don't like that job. Actually, that was my job when I was a freshman, and I hated it so much. But the thing is, don't sweat it, because as a freshman, that's just a year. You finish working that, and then you go and apply to the job you like. There's no shame in being a cleaner, and there's dignity in every labor. So just focus on making your best time at the college, because Berea College has a lot of opportunities that, you know, I feel everyone should take advantage of. Yeah, that is the last tip for today. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and yeah, you can follow my Instagram if you want to, and I'll see you guys in another video.